It's 6:30. We call Sawyer County Public Works meeting to order. Ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Ron Kinsley,
Here.
Mark Helwig, Randy Newman, Chuck Van Etten, Jim Evans. You have a quorum.
Thank you. The next item is the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Number 5, certification compliance open meeting laws.
This meeting was noticed to the media and the public as required by section 19.84 of the Wisconsin statutes.
Thank you. Number 6, the meeting agenda. Number 7, public comment. Anybody wish to speak to the board, we ask you to stay within 3 minutes. Miss Linda Zomer, please.
Good evening, Linda Zolmer, Edgewater resident Edgewater property owner, Washburn County resident. Wanted to give a little history story about risk management here in Sawyer County. When I first started attending meetings about 20 years ago, Hal Helwig was the county board chair and he represented the Sand Lake District. And there was a newer supervisor, Bruce Miller, who I think was part of Bass Lake. And then Mr. Kinsley has been sticking with this through the whole thing. And I would go, and especially around budget time, I would try and learn, what was the county work like. And at that time, you could tell from committee discussions. But anyway, when it came to the county board voting on the budget, the new Mr. Miller asked, well, man, our insurance costs are really, really high. Why is that? Why aren't we shopping it around? And there was like dead silence. And there was a reason the county wasn't shopping it around, and he just got a lot of cold stares. And it was only by attending meetings for subsequent years that I learned that at one point, some counties, not just Sawyer County, had such bad experience ratings that, first of all, on the commercial market, their premiums were going up and up. And then it got to be, if I understand correctly, that's how Wisconsin County Mutual got formed, because they had to form an insurance company to cover counties who had such bad experience ratings. So the lesson learned from that was, first of all, really manage your risk and be safe. And some years after that, I know there was a gentleman who, well, actually a couple different insurance groups and stuff, did a lot of training with county departments. Highway is a big risk. You got your guys out on the roads and what they're doing and stuff. And so I know that there should be training going on. And you know that a lot of my comments are about public safety. So I guess I have a concern that when I'm seeing road crews out lately, and they might be cold patching or they might be doing other stuff, that there's no warning signs. You just come upon them and they're out there behind the truck doing stuff. So if we need to do training or whatever, I'd appreciate it. And again, also to keep up the condition of our roads just so it's safe for travelers. But anyway, it was just a history lesson that came back to me as I was driving around the county a few times over the last month, is please, guys, be safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Tim Davis.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for listening. Appreciate all your efforts. It's come to my attention that item 11B is going to be tabled tonight. Few questions. I wish that it could have been discussed at Public Works tonight. It would have been beneficial to all. I just would like to know who was at the meeting, what was discussed, what are some of the next steps we're going to have. And I'm speaking on behalf of Sawyer County Snowmobile Alliance. Is there going to be a subcommittee at the meeting? I think answers have been made already. Is the meeting going to be open to the public? Are we going to be able to involve somebody from the Alliance at some of these meetings to get some of their input? Those are some general questions I've got. I'd just like to find out what is exactly going on. And on the flip side of that, on the ATV side, we have a lot of trails in the county and we have a lot of trails go throughout the reservation. It's come to my attention just lately that the Osprey Bridge is in disrepair, very disrepair, and is starting to tip with the, it's starting to tip to the side, and there's no real pilings in it or anything like that. It was put together a long time ago. It's not owned by the Alliance or the county. And we do have a plan to fix it. We've reached out to the LCO about it and still are waiting for a call back on it. We've reached out a couple times, but it is going to change the way things are done if the groomer operators say they don't want to go across it. If they don't want to go across it, we're going to have to close that trail, which would mean it'd be a big detriment to going north to south in the county. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to speak to the committee? Thank you. Number 8, consider approval of the minutes of the October 8th meeting.
I'll motion to approve those minutes.
I'll second.
Motion by Mr. Evans, second by Mr. Hellwig to approve. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion? Opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, Maintenance Department. Welcome.
Sir, can you turn your mic on?
Sorry. Rich Schmidt, maintenance, started in August. For October, courthouse, been using the online reporting system a little more. Had 74 work orders completed, 37 requests from the staff, 30 requests completed, and then 38 maintenance preventative work orders from internal equipment that we maintain. Did a workstation for the finance manager. Storage cabinets were built and still being built, but some were installed for the VA office. HHS office areas, we completed the wallpaper removal and painting. All the courthouse EBI signage is completed, so now the old courthouse matches the new one. And we had a surprise, not a surprise, but just a random safety inspection by DSPS on the 14th. She found no concerns, had no concerns. Everything looked great, no deficiencies. We performed preventative maintenance on the backup generators for the courthouse and the jail. And we had some boiler state inspections performed. And then we also did the, for the new wing here with the IT room of the Halon fire inspection. That was annual testing. We've got several vehicles up on auction, and some of those just sold, but we still have other ones currently up. Budget, pretty much staying within the expenditures. And the jail air handler projects in process had been delivered beginning of October. They started on it October 15th, and they still have to put the coil up on the roof and then finish piping, but the heat is just about ready to be turned on for the jail. So that's October.
Thank you. Questions?
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
And I'm curious, do you know how much one of those workstations that you built costs?
I don't, but I would say it's probably less than what we pay for EBI. I think everybody likes them better. Kind of everybody gets their own little, Randy works with, when Mike wanted his done, he had some input instead of going out and buying prefabbed units.
They're all hydraulic, so they go up and down.
Yeah, most of them are all, most all have the electronic lifts. So if they want to stand up, they can raise it up, they can adjust it to their height. Solid wood versus press board. I think they'll last a lot longer. And as far as the dollar amount, No, I mean, we could probably figure it out. He does use a lot of, like when we tear one out, certain things are scrapped. The cabinets are kept because
Recycle stuff.
it's just plywood. And then they refinish them with the, oak panels. But I would say dollar to dollar, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper than this stuff.
Thank you.
Yep.
I just want to add that Rick's done a really good job coming in here. He had maybe a week or two with Tim, not a lot of time, so he's had to dig in and learn a lot, and he's really done it. Been impressive.
Thank you.
I hear nothing but positive things. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll move on. Number 10, Sawyer County Airport report. Mr. Leslie.
Good evening. Airport's been a lot quieter now. The last couple, 2, 3 weeks especially has really slowed down. We've had people coming in and out for some hunting trips. We've had a couple people come out from the East Coast to go out pheasant hunting. One went up towards Barnes. I think the other one was in Sealy Cable with a guide outfit. So each one of them, boy, they could pile a lot of people in one of those airplanes for a hunting trip. Holy moly. Dogs too. So it's nice to see that.
High fuel.
Oh yeah. I put in my report that I continue to work with Mike. I think Mike and I talk. Well, I talk to Mike a couple times a month. It seems like I've been trying to give him a break here because we worked him over pretty hard with our contract discussions. And we still have some work to do on that, but nothing for tonight, right? Let's see. So keep working with Mike. Nothing new with the master plan. I put in the report, we might put an ADSB receiver at the airport. We monitor the traffic that comes in and out, but there's systems now, there's tech systems where it'll be able to put everything automatically without having to do anything into spreadsheets and into graphs as to when airplanes are using, when the peak times are. A lot of airports have been using that software. I'm not sure how we'd use it. I guess it'd be nice to know when maybe our peak times are, and it would show you when some of the outlying flights are, for late night hours and stuff otherwise. But yet to be determined how that's going to work. I had my conference down in La Crosse. The airport management conference is always the big one every year, and that's when we all can kind of get together and discuss what's happening in a statewide level. I wasn't aware there was 26 airports last year that were undergoing the master plan at the same time we were. And there's 19 more this year in the state. I guess that was never, I knew that there was a handful, but there's 90 airports in the state. So I don't communicate with all of them that regularly. So we're not the only ones who went through that process. There's nothing new to report on that. And I put the note in at the end of the report about Cable Union. Mike is the airport manager up there. And I think there's one typo in there. One of the hangar builders backed out, but they've got a list of people who want to be at the airport to build a hangar. So they developed a hangar development site for 11 lots, and sounds like by the end of next year, they're all going to be built on. So then they'll be maxed out on space again. So just something to be cognizant of. I've been working with other department heads. Mr. Pino, I'm very thankful for the work that he's done, helping us brush, and we're discussing what we're going to do after the first of the year when the new budget hits for trying to, I never looked at the finalized budget. You didn't pull anything last minute, did you? Okay. Coming up with a plan to use Mr. Pino's pieces of equipment and his crews to brush. It looks really nice now. I think the south end of the airport in particular is probably the better than it ever has been. And I've talked with our new maintenance department head a little bit too. We have the old terminal building. Seems like we all have old buildings. The furnaces at the airport, we've still not sure if what we're gonna do with those yet, because they're pretty well timed out. So, but We'll see. As far as budget, I'm not anticipating, the year was pretty good by the numbers. I don't think there was any big expenses or changes, so nothing new to report there. Any questions?
I'm just curious how you figured that we lost 6 people or users, as you put them, or customers, to cable. Are they going to be leasing some of these 11 or,
Yeah, they were building hangars up in Cable.
and
Yeah.
some of the 6 people from
Yeah.
our area are going to go up there?
Yeah, because they want to have a hangar themselves. So one of them was one of my primary customers. And, they wants to have a home for his airplane and he doesn't want to pay hangar rent.
LeBar didn't leave, did he?
No, he has a hangar. He's lucky. One of the few. So,
Unfortunate.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Leslie.
Yep.
Number 11, Highway Commissioners Report. Mr. Pennell.
Good evening. So the crews have continued to brush right away along County W and County M South Winter, and as well as State Highway 2770 from Hayward down to G2, and then a little bit from G2 down to Coudray, and then we're working from Radisson towards Winter. We also cleared the new cell tower that they're putting up over by Draper. We brushed that and got that all ready for construction. And then also we've been doing some brushing on Highway 77 for the new snowmobile trail, for the Snowmobile Alliance. We did complete the 2 mastic projects on State Highway 77 and State Highway 27 North with, they did a micro seal over it. So that's been completed, and we finished the mastic work by the 2770 down by the Ojibwa Bridge, kind of fixed it so it's not as bumpy right now. We also painted the fuel tanks in Hayward and Winter. We're just waiting for the signage to come in and we can place that, so those are completed. Next year, we still got to paint the winter tank. All our winter plowing equipment's been installed on the trucks and calibrated. Frost tubes have all been checked, and we removed all the tarps in our salt and sand sheds. And also, we got new garage door openers installed on both domes, the one in Radisson and the one in Hayward. State paid for all that. We also got the inlets cleaned out in Winter, Radisson, and Stone Lake a week ago. Crews we're screening sand in Peninsula Pit. I'm gonna start hauling sand up to the shop to start mixing. And then we did receive our LRIP reimbursement finally. It took forever. But we got a total back roughly around 335,000 reimbursement for County W. I think we received the last 108,000 last week, I believe, came back. So, part of the strategic plan that the county's been working on. I'm currently working with Bill Kern. Used to be commissioner here 20-some years ago, probably. And what we're kind of doing is we're going through all our equipment right now, and we got a pretty good handle on where we're sitting for equipment in our backlog in the county. We're also analyzing operations of how we operate and how to be more efficient to, I guess, so we don't rely so much on CIP and stuff like that. We're also looking at buildings and things we can move around to just be more efficient and save money. So that's where we're at right now. We're pretty much got the equipment all categorized and kind of know where we're sitting in our backlog. And I believe what's our next meeting? December 13th, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Bill's going to be here with me, and we're going to kind of talk about what we've been doing. So I met with him again today. Safety Day at the Highway Shop is next Wednesday, November 12th. That's going to take place of our monthly training that we have scheduled every month. So anybody who's here is welcome to come out if they want to. We're going to have lunch too. So we still have one driver operator position open in Hayward. We have interviews set up for next Thursday, I believe. I think we're interviewing 4 or 5 people right now. I completed the 7 bridge applications. We only had one bridge for the county. The rest were all for the towns, and those were all submitted along with the STP rule application for the roundabout at Stress Lane and Round Lake School Road. So those have all been submitted. State received them. They're logged in. We'll see what happens. And then we did receive another thank you for the brushing we've been doing on 2770. That's nice for the crews to see. CC Bridge has been completed, it's open, turned out great, a little more guardrail anticipated. One change order for some riprap, but it was only like 3,400. But the bridge turned out awesome. Otherwise, County B, they just got some patchwork to do on some curb, and then they'll take those signs down, so there's still a little work left there, but that's all done too, so. And that's all I got. If anybody's got any questions, it's been a busy month.
Did you attend the Wisconsin Town Association meeting?
Yes, I did. I went to the WTA down in Winter, I think it was last Monday night. And just kind of, I wanted to be there because we're up, I don't know if you all know, but we're a pilot county for the LRIP program. So typically by state statute, it's run by the commissioner, but for the past 2 cycles, we've been part of this 25 other county pilot, where they hire outside of the commissioner to run the pilot, or the program for LRIP. So I went there, just, Mark was not able to make it. He was our facilitator, and just to learn in case it comes back to the commissioner in the next biennium. So then I have a understanding of how it works, and so I think Radisson was on the list as number 1 this year for, I've been working with Leonard on that, but yeah, it's interesting. Not a lot of money goes to the towns, and a lot of towns struggle with the funding to try to get funding for their roads. So very interesting meeting. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Next item is open to all roads, ATV, UTV travel, discussion possible action. I asked to table that. I will tell everybody that we had a meeting out at LCO on Monday afternoon. The people attending was Mr. Markren, Mr. Helwig, and myself. We talked around the circles for quite a while before we finally got to where we want to go. We're going to put together I'm going to ask the board to put together a committee of 3, and they're going to put together a committee of 3, which will be on our December's meeting agenda. And they will put together 3. We'll move forward. It'll probably have the first meeting realistically with Christmas and New Year's in January. I asked if the Alliance could attend because they know where the roads are. I don't know where all the trails are. And they said, yes, that would be allowed. They had some other issues that they brought up that they want to discuss also, but at this time we'll talk about ATVs and UTVs so the public knows where we're at presently. Anything you want to add?
No, that was very good.
So I hope that we can make progress with it. Number 12, board appointment committee updates. Anybody have anything they want to share? Coming forward. Number 13, correspondence reports, conference and meetings. Future agenda items. The future agenda item will be to put together an ad hoc committee that we'll have on December's agenda. Anybody have anything else? Did you have something, Nancy? We'll let you speak now if you wish. You want to come up to the microphone? Yeah, I guess I didn't realize you wanted to speak. I'm sorry, I didn't realize you wanted to speak.
My fault. So last October, you approved the concept of the Sawyer County Airport plan with a huge expansion. Can you hear me okay? Okay. I realize that the airport expansion plan has not yet come before you, but I feel the need to remind you of the severe negative impacts that this expansion will elicit: roads being moved, loss of force, 9 families on Namakagon Lane to lose their homes and property, 6 families on the south end of the airport road at risk for losing their properties. The worst is the huge negative environmental impact that this expansion will have on one of Sawyer County's most valuable assets, and that's the Namakagon River, a national scenic waterway. And this is to make room for new hangars, 67 that are 60 by 60 feet and 3 80 by 80 feet, new control tower, terminal buildings, waste management systems, fuel tanks, etc. The sad reality to be addressed is that this airport was situated between a national scenic waterway, a residential area zoned A1, R1, and 70 acres of protected wetland. It has no place to expand. The land where our homes are located was rezoned in 2019. We just discovered this past spring, as there was absolutely no notice provided to any of the neighbors of the rezoning. In a letter sent last March to the project manager, Colin Davidson, addressing the proposed expansion plan, the DNR had this to say. I'll only read a few pieces of it, but this is a copy of the letter. We have consistently stated in the past and this is from the DNR to the project manager at the BOA. We have consistently stated in the past, along with the National Park Service and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, that if additional development is necessary, such as a proposed runway relocation, we recommend looking at alternative locations for the airport. The neighbors are not looking to move this airport. I just wanted to add that. Further development is simply, he goes on to say, further development is simply not compatible with this location because of the Namakagon and Scenic Riverway, the unnamed trout stream, and the forested wetland complex located at the airport's east side. Contrary to what is stated in the master plan, a thorough wetland alternatives analysis must include all practicable alternatives, including the no-build option and the relocation option. For instance, based on current information available, it appears that the no-build option would maintain the airport's ability to accommodate aircraft for the majority of operations and would likely be considered a feasible alternative to filling and impacting over 70 acres of ASNRI wetlands. I ask you to carefully weigh out the risks and the benefits and base your decision upon the town and the county's comprehensive plans, as well as the good of the majority of your taxpaying citizens. And I thank you for your service. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything they want to share? If not, meeting adjourned. Thank you for your valuable time. Welcome, Rick.